Maybe we should give that away as well.
Sorry,
yes. Battle, yeah. And of course, before he was the one-handed terror of Woodbury, before he was a badass guardian of the galaxy, he was Svenning from Mallrats, Minneapolis Comic-Con. Please show your love and appreciation. Go nuts for the one, the only, Mr. Michael Rooker!
Didn't you feel like we were about to do an MMA fight or something like that? And in this corner, I'm ready. Come on.
Let's get ready to rumble. That's what he sounded like.
I know, right?
That's why they pay the big bucks.
At 200 pounds with a 10-inch penis and muscles that won't quit.
How did you know?
Because I have like I can get you.
You know, people keep coming online going like, hey, I got a picture of your eyes and whoop it. You know, if it ain't 10 inches, it ain't mine.
So see, this Comic-Con is where dreams are made, such as in the case of Michael Rooker's penis.
Hey, I didn't start it.
That's true, I did, sorry.
Actually, let me ask you guys, Mallrats
And girls.
and girls. Tell me about actually.
And people who are of neutral gender.
Neutral gender.
That's true, that's true.
We call you people y'alls.
Y'alls. Let me ask you guys, take us way back. Very first time you met one another, play-by-play, how did that encounter go?
Oh my God.
Oh, it was a hot tub, wasn't it?
It was the hot tub. It was a hot tub, play-by-play.
That's better. Now I can see you, you know?
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to reenact the I was getting ready and stuff. I was going to take my clothes off, yes. You know, we took a picture and we were at the hotel, and I believe it was the actual hot tub, because we were all hanging out at the bar at the hotel, and all the cast and stuff was meeting and hanging out. And then we took this big cool photo for Film Threat magazine in the hot tub. So yeah, it was that day. I walked up. Kevin had shown me before. I was telling him yesterday it was pretty cool because Kevin was like, hey, you know, guess who's gonna be in the movie, Michael Rooker. And then I was like, oh, Michael Rooker. I was like, and I couldn't remember what movie he had shown me, but then we watched it again. It was Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. And it was so impressive, the movie itself, and then him. But anyway, I was super excited. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then I got to meet him at the pool party and stuff. But again, there were so many people there and cast members, and everyone was coming in, and it was just so overwhelming for me. I mean, it was my first, we had done Clerks, but Clerks was like 10 friends, and it was just like, you know, making a whole movie, really. Mallrats was like for real, so it was so surreal for me and overwhelming, and you know, Shannon Doherty and Rooker and all these people that I have been watching in movies and on TV, and I had never done anything but, you know, I was roofing at the time, and I really was. So even after Clerks, I went back to roofing. So it was like, we made that movie, we shot it, and again, I just would show up and do my stuff, and I was real nervous. And then I went back to work, and I didn't know the process that Kevin was going to go to film festivals and try to sell it, and that it would get picked up, and that we'd do other movies. So again, it's sort of, it's definitely I remember, but it's sort of like, it's a blur because I was like, oh, I was high technically.
I was actually wondering, you know, before this Q&A, whether or not you had memory of any of the events that we went. Yeah, I remember everything pretty much. I remember things that you probably don't.
You probably do, because you're sure it was attack.
Yeah.
And again, like for you, I bet it was like you know, you had been in that world and you came and it was
for sure.
But for me it was like so surreal. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to meet Henry, and what if he ties me up and spanks me? And then I was like, oh my gosh, I hope he does tie me up and spank me. And so,
but then he's gonna like dismember me.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, maybe that part we could cut that part. You know, I mean, no, not cut. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Please get it correct.
I know.
Stan Lee gets pissed off when people rewrite his stuff.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. How did that come together? And talk about the experience of being in the room with Kevin, Lou, all those guys together.
I mean, I don't know about for you, but I was called by my voiceover agent, and he wanted to know if I would do this thing, and I said, well, yeah, what's it all about, you know? And he didn't really know much. All I knew was Kevin's in it, you were in it, Stan was in it, Lou was in it, and all my friends were in it. So I said, yeah, I'll do it. How much? How much did you get? Actors never discuss their salary ever. We should have done this before the commercial. That way we could have really teamed up and got more money.
But do you know I didn't speak in it at all, right? And you had some dialogue.
I had a little dialogue.
I got $100,000 for no talking. You must have got like 2-3, right, for speaking?
What?
I didn't even get paid, bro. Didn't you realize if Kevin directs something, I don't get paid?
Is that
The winds up happening.
That is an awesome deal.
No, first he goes,
what did he do?
bro, we're gonna do this movie, and you'll probably, it's like, we got a good budget on this one, so you're probably gonna make like, you know, $200,000 or so, 300, 400.
And you never get anything.
And then he comes down and he's like, dude, the budget's really tight because we have to hire, you know, Rooker. Rooker's double what we thought. So we gotta take this money from here and pay Rooker, and we have to pay this. And then he's like, I'm sorry, you're gonna get SAG under low budget scale.
Oh, dude, is that what happened?
It's all right though. I'm okay with it because I do it all for the.
So you were just joking?
I do it all for the nookie.
The smoochy thing.
Well, the snoochie nookie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No, we got. Yeah, it was interesting.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Again,
The car is beautiful.
The picture itself, for me, most exciting, no lie, was I got my pregnant wife, Rooker, Lou Ferrigno,
Yes.
Stanley,
Yes.
Kevin.
Yes.
The best thing, though, and I probably shouldn't, it's not a bad thing, but it's funny because I was excited. I'm like, oh my God, Lou Ferrigno, Stanley, Rooker, Kevin, my wife. And I'm like, guys, can you take a picture of Lou? Do you mind taking a picture of you? And they're all like, yeah. So we had to wait because everyone's busy and they're moving around trying to get shots off. So finally, it's perfect time, and I ask. And we all get there, and it's funny because all of a sudden Tara Reid's like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything negative. I really like her. She's very sweet, all that. But I just thought it was funny because I asked all the boys in it, because I'm thinking like, oh, the Hawk, Stanley, Mallrats, Kevin, and then my pregnant wife. And it is funny that she jumped in. But anyway, I honestly was very excited more about that than anything, that I got to get a picture with everybody. I mean, Stanley and Lou together, and Rooker. So I don't know, it was pretty cool. I'll have that forever. And my
favorite part was, the car. I thought they should have showed more of the car.
It was beautiful.
That was an awesome car.
It fits, but you fit perfect like this in the back of that car.
I would.
And it was good. The roof was high, and I was like this behind. You're like,
I just want to say, you're welcome, Internet.
That's I'm the new Audi.
There's not enough room in that car for
A
us.
snooch.
There's way not enough room in that car for us.
No.
We'd tear that car up.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Hey, Mr. Gunn, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hey, I got a question.
What's that?
I'm standing here in front of like 4,000. They love you very much. They cannot wait for Guardians 2, but they want to know one question. Are you laughing? They want to know, why can't Jason Mewes be one of the Ravengers? You know, we could have like Ravengers that go both ways, right? He would be perfectly willing to do that.
Well, we'll have to see about that.
Maybe we should have him audition for all the other Ravagers and see if they like him or not.
You know, I got an even better idea. Why don't you play Yonder?
I think the audience here would love that. Well, listen, I know you're taking your bubble bath now, so I don't really want to bother you. It's your bubble bath time.
I am painting my nails.
Everybody say bye to James Gunn.
Say bye to James Gunn. Talk to you later. Wait. It's completely, to be perfectly honest, it's not mine or James Gunn's complete choice. You know, we got to get the okay from Marvel and Disney. Have you ever done anything that's sort of like
Marvel or
maybe
Disney?
not Disney-like?
ABC Clark.
Yeah, well, yeah.
ABC
I
Clark.
did Degrassi.
They'll love you. Well, anyway, thank you. Good
Thank
question.
you. Yeah, good question.